After Brandon Sanderson revealed that he wrote a whopping 5 novels in approximately 2 years, many aspiring authors, including myself, felt bad at their lack of productivity. I mean, really, how on earth do these authors write so much? Just how productive are authors really? Well, as it turns out, authors who publish books regularly often value consistency over all else. And notice I paused at regularly because there are some authors, like George R.R. Martin, who may deviate from this rule. But in general, here are my findings. First, let's start with Brandon Sanderson. As we all know, Brandon Sanderson is a powerhouse when it comes to churning out high-quality books. On his website, link in the description, he goes into a bit of detail about his writing process, describing, "I write every day, and I give myself word count goals. Usually it's 2K minimum or a certain page goal if revising. It varies though. 10 pages is often my goal. I usually hit it, and sometimes do much more. I write faster at the end of a book than the beginning. Also, some days I write for 4 or 5 hours, some days I write 14 or 16. Pretty consistently, I've done around 300,000 words a year for the last few years. Last year I pushed very hard and got around 400K. First of all, that comment about 14 or 16 hours, crazy. Authors that are just starting out, like myself, really won't hit that for a while, and that's to be expected. But from what I understand, when Brandon Sanderson says he shoots for 2,000 words as a minimum, that means he's often, I would imagine, hitting above that, likely into the 3,000 to 4,000 range. And my evidence to support this is the amount of books he's just churned out, especially recently. You're going to have to write more if you want to make 5 books in 2 years. And according to Brandon Sanderson's Reddit AMA, from 2013, he stated that he aims for 2,500 words in that AMA. So this number has been very consistent for him. Perhaps a bit more manageable, though, is the legendary author Mark Twain, who wrote reportedly anywhere from between 1,400 to 1,800 words per day. While his pace was slower than Sanderson's, Twain still spent 4 to 5 hours each day on his craft, which seems to be a common amount among authors from what I've found. Now, an extreme example on the other end of this spectrum was legendary author James Joyce, who, according to my sources, down in the description, wrote a whopping total of 90 words per day. That's right, 90 words. And yet this man was able to write Ulysses, a book that is largely considered a masterpiece, which came in at approximately 265,000 words, taking 7 years to write. Now, if you do the math, obviously 90 words a day is not entirely accurate for Mr. Joyce, but from the stories told about him, his word count seemingly could not have been all that much higher. That just goes to show you that word count isn't everything when it comes to writing your novel. From everything I have found, though, one thing mostly remains consistent, regardless of how many words these authors are writing, and that's that consistency is key when it comes to a novel. Even if you write 500 words a day for 1 year, that will still total 182,500 words, or roughly 608 pages, in a lone year of writing. So the bottom line is, most authors write between 1,500 and 2,500 words each day, but the most important thing, regardless of word count, is to stay consistent. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helped.